It's Dice Tales, another short take. Tonight, talking about sandbox environments, random encounters, and how to make a sandbox better for your players. One of the things that you have to have is a living world, one that's evolving on its own. Things are happening regardless of the activity of the player characters that eventually will engage or allow the player characters to choose to engage some of the various things going on in your world. The method I like to use is basically the Dungeon World's front system, where you have a causal thing going on, something like an orc migration, let's say, or political intrigue in the capital city. And these things come with a pre-configured set of events that you make up that show milestones in the activity that's behind the front. In the case of the orcs, it could be something like you encounter orc scouts riding wargs that evade you as soon as they see you. Later, you might see smoke burning in the distance of a village that the orcs have destroyed during their migration. You might encounter an entire orc tribe, women, children, wagons, all their possessions. And then you could have a culminating event where maybe there's a battle or the orcs massacre a bunch of people to take over their territory. And that happens whether or not the player characters engage. Of course, if the player characters do engage, they might derail that. They might be able to find a way to peacefully relocate the orcs and avoid conflict. They might assist in fighting the orcs, or they might just ignore the whole thing, and it happens and the world changes. And eventually that will affect the player characters. And you can have several of these fronts going at once. You don't have to push it down the throats of the players. They can choose, depending on how they experience these things. They hear rumors. They, experience some of the results of some of the omen of the things that happen as these things unwind. And it shows that the environment has an existence apart from the player, what the player characters choose to engage with. And this will make the world seem far more real. It's not hard to do. It's very easy for the game master to set up 2 or 3 of these that are going on in the region where the player characters are currently in. And it allows you to use some of the random encounters that are generated to be related to the events of these fronts, these things that are happening, so that random encounters are not truly random. It's just when they happen and how they happen is random. And that will show purpose and continuity. That will create a fabric of reality for the characters that is immersive. So, highly recommend that. Smoking Tonight, a Hemingway short story. Thanks for watching.